Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So if today is the first time you're coming across my video, I want you to click on the subscription button and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop a video like this. So for some of you that have been following me for a very long time, you know that this week has really been a very bad week for me on my Telegram channel, which I've been posting. I've hit SL for I think 2 times now, or 2 to 3 times now, and I've made a lot of losses on my challenge account, my 100k challenge account, and it has really affected my psychology. So the reason why I'm making this video is that I want to be taking you to the chart, all the opportunities that I got on the chart, the one I got and the one I missed, the one I enter based on emotions and every other thing that made me go into the trade. So I'm going to be showing you on GBP, JPY and gold, which is my two major pairs that I trade mostly. So I want to let you know one thing: trading is something you should never give up. As a beginner, it's something, no matter what happens, you should never give up. I made a post yesterday on trading psychology, which is no matter what your strategy is, no matter the kind of strategy you use, always know that there will always be time where that strategy will not work, and the thing that make you a real trader is is when you stick to that one strategy and utilize it, maximize it, and make it advance it in a way that is going to be simple for you, because trading doesn't doesn't does not need to be hard. You're just the one making it hard. So you just have to make your chart simple and make everything simple. Trading is simple, as they say, but the process of making money from it is what makes it difficult. Your psychology, your mindset, it's what makes it difficult. Technical analysis is not really the problem when it comes to trading. The main problem we are having on this thing is all about psychology, how you react to certain price levels. So some of you go into mentorship and you feel mentorship is the holy grail. Well, I must say this: it's good that you get a mentor, right? It's good that you get a mentor, but the psychology of the mentor and yours is typically different. Why am I saying so? Because the mentor might give you his own strategy, the way of entry and the way of exit, and how he trades, his plan and everything. Now it's now there for you to react. Your reaction, you get your reaction at that level, and his reaction, your mentor's reaction, might not be the same, because price might get to a zone. Your mentor might be looking for some kind of price action behavior and some kind of it's just some kind of a pattern, even though he has told you about the pattern. But the psychology he has around that price reaction is what makes him different from you. So that's the only reason why I will always say this: the only way you can learn trading is by trading. So you just have to put in the work every day, be consistent, because that's the only way you will make it into the trading industry. So I don't want to take much of your time. So the only thing I want to do now is that we go to the chart, and on the chart I'm going to be showing you everything that I've did for this week, and at the same time I'll be telling you my prediction for next week. So stick to this video to the end so as for you to benefit. And if you found value in this video, I want you to click on that subscription button and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever a video like this pops up. Now let's go to this chart. Go to GBP JPY. So we're going to be analyzing GBP USD, GBP JPY. Then we'll go to XAU USD. So looking at the trend of the market, let's do some peep to a daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, so first of all I'm going to be showing you the trade I took, how I made this decision on this trade. First of all, looking at GBP JPY, the trend of this market is bullish, right? I scaled down to the 4-hour time frame where I marked out my legal, I call it legal trend lines, because there are a lot of trend lines here. If you look, there are a lot of levels where trend line can be drawn, but I draw out my legal trend lines. So you can see here, after drawing out my legal trend line, according to my strategy, I mapped out the high and low of the previous week, which is here. This is the high and low of the previous week. So let me illustrate it for you guys so that you can understand. This is the high of the previous week, and this is the low of the previous week. Whenever price gets to this high, I'm looking for some kind of price action reaction at those levels, and whenever price gets to the low of the week, this is the low of the week, this is the low of the week, this is the high of the week. So if price should get here, I should be looking for some kind of price action reaction. So the reason why I'm after this level is because I see price reacting a lot of time at this psychological level. So I bold it up so as for me to take note of this level whenever price gets to this level. The same thing happened here. I see price created a resistance here, so making a very strong psychological level. And if you look back to history, you can see how price have been reacting to this same level. So any psychological level where there are a lot of price action reaction, I always take note of those levels because they are significant level where price might want to react to if price gets to hit. So confluencing it with my trend line strategy, which is this. So this is a trend line, and if you look closely at this point, if you look closely, you can see price made the first touch, even though there was a rejection here, but I capitalized as the first touch. This was a resistance. Price created a resistance here and bought to the upside. This was the second touch, created a resistance and bought to the upside. Price came here, created a resistance here and bought to the upside. So now this trend line serves as a guide to this move. So when price came back to this same trend line at this psychological level, on the psychological level, I'm supposed to enter for this trade, but I missed this trade from the 1 hour time frame. I'm going to show you. So first of all, I want to be analyzing everything at once with what will be happening next week. So this is the high of the previous week, and this is also the high of this week. So I believe price will also respect this next week. This level is still a strong level, still a valid level from previous week, from the previous week to the previous week to this week. And I believe price is finding it difficult to break this level. So I believe if price should get to this point again, there should be some kind of reaction, right? So that being said, this is a trend line that guided price, created a resistance here, and price finally break above this resistance and rejected, causing a retest here, then buy to the upside to this level where price later came down from this level, start rejecting from this level. Price created a resistance here, and here price is also reacting to this resistance, and I believe price is still going to be dropping to the downside, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, I don't want to come back again to this 4 hour time frame. Let me just summarize what is happening here. So overall trend of this market is bullish, right? But what I'm saying here, this is a strong resistance level which price came here, sell, came here, sell, came here, sell, came here, and sell. So price coming here again, price coming here, came here, sell, came here, sell, came here, sell, price coming here again. What do you think is going to happen? It's still going to sell to the downside, right? So this is actually what should be happening next week. I'm looking at price dropping from this level to either of this point, but I'm not going to be selling to this point. I'm going to be taking some little sell from here to this point. Now let's scale to the 1 hour time frame. From the 1 hour time frame, you can see I already made some analysis on this point here. I've already made some analysis. Now this level is a very strong level. That's the more reason why I marked it, which is this point here, psychological level 195,000. And you can see how price have been reacting to this particular level here from back. There was a rejection here, rejection here. So I actually took this trade. I bought from here to this point, somewhere this point, and I took my profit and I was out of the trade. So price showed me some kind of resistance there from the 1 hour time frame, and I scaled down to the 15 minutes time frame where I saw my confirmation. I think I took that trade. First of all, let me talk about the trade I took. The trade I took today, the trade I missed today, which was London session before I take advantage of this New York session trade. So first of all, price came here, created a resistance here. There was a resistance after making 3 rejection candles here. Price gave me a very bullish candle. Before this bullish candle, there was a confirmation from the 15 minutes time frame that I should go into a position. Now let's get down to the 15 minutes time frame so that you can see what I'm talking about. So on the 15 minutes time frame, this is what price did. Price created a W pattern here, created a W pattern after a lot of rejection at this resistance. Price came back, made the second push, and I see this candlestick tweezer, and we all know what tweezer is. Tweezer is always a signal for an entry, right? So I always look out for 3 major candlestick pattern before I go into my entry, which is a W pattern, and in the W pattern I look out for a candlestick formation, which is either bullish candlestick or Aramic candlestick or a morning star. So these are the 3 major candlestick pattern I always look out for. But based on my experience and the knowledge I have with other candlestick, I can actually identify other candlestick without actually looking out for these 3 major candlestick I look out for. Now price came to this point, created a tweezer here and break above my moving averages, which also serve as a confirmation to me. So I would have taken this trade, right? But lazy me, I was still sleeping, I was still on bed. So I woke up very late. When I woke up, price have already get up to this point, and I almost entered at this level here. I almost entered at this level. So I got too emotional here though. When I woke up and I saw price there, I was looking at to enter here, but I almost entered. But I said, okay, let me see if price is going to reject to this point. So I marked at this point. You can see I marked at this level, and I waited for price to get to this level. So now price start rejecting, and this was the first rejection. So I would have waited for this W pattern to be created too. But the reason why I entered for the trade is that I saw that the bullish momentum was a little bit high because of this move that happened here. So for that reason, I entered my position at this. After this, as I saw this rejection, I entered for my position, and my SL was here. Price came back for the second time and swept out my SL, creating this bullish Aramic candlestick. So at this bullish Aramic candlestick, I re-enter for another entry. I enter here, I put my SL here. Price bought to this point. I took my profit. So what happened here again? This is another emotion. Another thing that played with my emotion was at this level. Price created some kind of a little M pattern here and broke below my moving average. After breaking above my moving average, I saw this bullish and curving candlestick, and I was like, okay, this is a trend line, right? This is a trend line, and here is a psychological level. Price have not really broke, because at this point I saw some rejection from the 1 hour time frame. So I believe it's going to sell from here. After seeing this bullish and curving candle, I went in for a position and put my SL here. Price came and swept me off. It was very, very crazy. I felt so bad. So at this point, I couldn't enter for any other position again. Even when price gave me this formation here, it was already late New York session, so I couldn't enter for the trade because I don't like entering at late New York session. It's always all about consolidation. Price always consolidates around those points, so I don't want to add more emotion to the one I already had. So for that reason, I didn't enter for a trade, and that was the end of the day. So price came to this trend line again, and at the psychological level, which is my confluence completed. So now I waited for a confirmation for an entry, and which was this, but this happened still late New York session, so I couldn't enter for the trade. Price created this, if you look very clearly, this is an Aramic candlestick and a bullish candlestick which broke above this moving average, which I should go into for a position, but I didn't go into that position because why? It was late New Year session. As I've told you before, I don't like entering any trade from late New Year session because of the consolidation that normally happens there, because that is when price is rounding up, so there are always some kind of ranging around that level, so you really cannot take full decision of what price might be doing around that level. So for that reason, I couldn't take this trade. I just let it just till the close of the week. So it was the close of the week, and this is an ascending trend line, and price have just hit up first, second. This is the third touch. So what do you think is going to happen? Price is going to buy to the upside. So on Monday, we are looking for price to break this psychological level and give us an M pattern here. If price gives us an M pattern here, then I'm going in for an entry, a buy to the next psychological level. I'm not going to be eating much profit on this till Tuesday when the market is settled. So now let's rush down to the gold chart. So I'm going to be showing you the opportunity I missed on gold and the one I took on gold. So now let me scale down to the 4-hour time frame first of all. Now from the 4-hour time frame, if you look clearly on this gold chart, you can see that the gold chart is trending to the upside. It's obviously bullish, right? It's obviously bullish. So what I did is that I drew out my valid trend lines and I marked out the high and low of the previous week. So let me bring up my candlestick, my arrow, so I can direct you what I'm talking about. So this was the high of previous week and this was the low of previous week. So now price break into this week that just finished. Now price entered into this week and I waited for price to get to this level. When price came, price touched at my trend line. This was my trend line, which I would have entered there, but it was still an insurance section, so I couldn't enter for any trade. So price came to my low of the week, my low of the previous week. So I waited for some confirmation to enter for this trade, but I really did not enter for this trade because there was no valid trend line at that point. So I waited, then price came back to my trend line here and I saw the psychological level here, so I entered for this trade. Now let me scale down to the 1-hour time frame, so as well you can see clearly what was really happening there. So this was it. When price came to this point here, and you can see price came and created a resistance. I saw the first rejection, second rejection, and this was the third rejection. I quickly moved to the 15 minutes time frame to look at my confirmations. Now on the 15 minutes time frame, now you can see on the 15 minutes time frame, see what price created. The price created an W pattern here, and I saw this Aramic candlestick created here. Price break above and the candlestick closed above it. I go in a position and it hit my TP, and I target a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, which my normal risk to reward ratio is actually 1 to 2, but I target 1 to 3. Why did I target 1 to 3? Because the W pattern was very clear. I enter 1 to 3 whenever I see that my W pattern is very clear. As you can see on this chart, you can see how clear this W pattern. It is very, very obvious that this is a W pattern. And I just draw this trend line though. This trend line wasn't there, but because the resistance that was created in a 1 hour time frame, I go into a position. Now I don't want to take much of your time. I just want to summarize this by telling you what might be happening next week. We are looking out for sell. We are looking out for sell on next week. Since we are looking out for buy on JPY, we should be looking out for sell on gold. So this was my channel ascending line. Price have been trending in this channel. Now this is the high where price have been rejecting from. This was the first rejection, third rejection, and price came back to this level again, which is 3440, and this is the third rejection. What do you think is going to happen? We are looking to sell gold next week. So for those of you that are looking to take some entry on gold next week, I want you to be looking out for some little sell, because I know the sell is not going to be much. So we are targeting this sell to end. It's actually at this point we have already marked is 3,400. I want gold to sell to 3,400, and I'm looking at to buy gold from there. So this is actually a sell entry for gold. Let's get down to the 15 minutes time frame. Let's look out for the confirmation that gold gives us there. Now you can see price made this is the first move to this level, this psychological level. Now we should be looking out for the second leg, which should be the end pattern, then a crossover, then we'll go in for some position to this level. So you know what gold is. It's not really good for you to swing gold, so I'm not going to be swinging gold though. So if price give me an end pattern, I'll just enter into a position here, target this psychological level. But if price should break below this psychological level, I'm looking out for price to get to this end pattern. Now based on the fact that the overall trend of this market from the 4 hour time frame to the 1 hour time frame is bullish, if gold should get there, then I'll be looking at to target this other psychological level, because the overall trend of this market is bullish. But based on the fact that the trend is bullish and it's giving me some sell signal, I'm not going to risk much. But I'll just have to take advantage of the move, but I'm not going to risk much. But if price should get to this point where I'm looking at to buy based on the trend of the market, then that's where I'm going to increase my risk to reward ratio. This is just how basically I trade. So if you gain value to this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification, and this will be all for now. Peace. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video. I hope you gained value from that video. So if you want to know about the broker I use, I want you to check the link in the description of this video, or you can check the link in the description of my channel. Click on that link and it will take you to the broker I use, which is HFM, the best broker in the whole of Africa. I've been using this broker for a very long time, and I must say this, they are the best, number one. So I want you to click on that link on the description of this channel, or in the description of this video. I'm going to be dropping the link. So also for those of you that want to join my Telegram channel, where I drop free signals on my Telegram channel, check the link in the description of this channel and click on the link to take you to my channel. I drop signals there every trading days, and it's absolutely free, very free. So if you get value from this video, click on the subscription button and also turn on the notification bell. One more thing before we go, for those of you that want to get a prop firm account, this is on a serious note. If you want to get a prop firm account and you want to know the best prop firm to choose, I always bring for you to know, I always bring out legit information. All my information, if you check on this show when I start making video on YouTube, you will know that all the information that I've been giving, if you go through, you will know that it's always legit. So what I'm saying is that if you need a prop firm, a legit prop firm that you can put in your money, and you know that you always get your money back, you always, as long as you follow the rules and regulation of the prop firm, you get your money back. I would recommend you to choose the best prop firm. And what is the best prop firm? W funded. So for those of you that want to join, the link is in the description of this channel. And if you don't click on the description of this channel, maybe in my Telegram channel also, you can see there is in my Telegram channel. So the link to the prop firm is in the link of my Telegram channel, click on the Telegram channel there and access it by your account and start trading. So because that's the only best way as a beginner forex trader, that's the best way for you to get a capital to start trading normally. So that being said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Subscription is actually free. So all my things here are free. I give it out for free. My every information, every product, I give it out for free. So click on the link now to start and thank me later. Peace.